living on a disk, floating through space, with a tiny sun.
Hey, I'm FTFE and welcome back to the channel that freezes stupidity with liquid nitrogen and shatters it with a toffee hammer. Last Monday I had on a gentleman from a channel called Flat Earth Science, who presented no Flat Earth Science. Frankly, I wasn't entirely convinced that he was even a Flat Earther, hence the title of this stream. Hopefully today he can convince me that he believes what he says to be the case. So welcome back to the channel, Flat Earth Science. How are you doing?
I'm good. Yeah.
Right. Let's.
Why is it so hard to believe?
Sorry? Why hard to believe that you're a flat earther?
Yes.
Because you didn't even know the answer to where does the sun go at night. So
No.
that kind of gave me pause for thought. But I am always willing to give someone a second chance. So you say you have some evidence for today. Why don't you just take the first few minutes to introduce yourself again to the people watching, and then we'll get into it.
Yes, Mr. Tamarello. I'm from Denmark. I grew up in a small town in Denmark, and it's good to tell maybe. Where I lived, everybody believed in flat Earth. It's a real Christian town where I came from. So I was kind of like grew up on that idea without even, seeing the proof. Actually, it was just a known thing. Flat Earth is flat. Well, you asked me if I could present you some proof. Well, that's difficult, I must say. I brought some pictures. I sent you some pictures though. We can talk about them.
Yeah, right. Let's get one of those up. So, do you want to tell me what we're seeing here?
Well, it's the changing of the size of the sun. What's really impossible. Seems impossible to read.
Yeah. So,
can you explain this?
Yeah, there's no solar filter on there, so the sun's going to appear to glare, especially when it's at its peak, when it's the brightest.
I understand what you mean, like the corona surrounding it, but still, yeah. The size of the burn part of the sun is still changing in the size.
But not here's the thing, right? There's a simple thing you can use called a solar filter, which removes 99% of the light. And my good friend Red's Rhetoric did exactly that with a solar filter, and he recorded he took images of the sun throughout the entire day. And with the solar filter, what he discovered was that the angular size of the sun stays exactly the same throughout the entire day. And that's the thing. If you use a solar filter which removes 99% of the visible light, then the angular size of the sun doesn't change. Of course it's going to appear to change if it's getting brighter in the sky when there's nothing there to remove the glare.
Okay.
So what you've presented me is something that clearly doesn't have a solar filter on, clearly has glare. You can see especially those three ones there for some reason. But when you take away that glare, when you remove most of the light so you can discern the actual shape, it's quite clear that the sun doesn't change in angular size.
But very much
here's the thing, it shouldn't just be the sun.
And why would the glare be like smaller at a farther distance? It's crazy.
The glare
it doesn't seem right at all.
I mean, the glare is there when it's brighter.
It should be even.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, but it should be even.
Not necessarily, because when the sun is higher up in the sky, it's going to appear brighter, right? Because the part of the Earth that is directly facing the sun at that point will be receiving more direct sunlight. So that's why it's warmer and stuff in midday. So the glare is going to be bigger because there's more there to glare. But when you remove the glare, you see there's not a change in angular size. But here's the thing, right? It's not just the sun that should change in angular size. If the Earth was flat with the sun and the moon above us, the moon should also change in angular size, and it doesn't.
I saw a couple of pics, but I didn't want to flood your email, but there were a lot of pics. I saw the same picture with the moon also. Mm-hmm.
Well, I've seen the same with the moon that doesn't have a change in angular size.
Yeah, well, that's depending on the sources, of course. Kind of he say, she say.
As I've just demonstrated to you, when you actually remove the glare, you don't get a change in angular size. So your picture doesn't have controls in it to show that. This picture does have controls. You've removed what causes the glare by taking away 99% of the light, and throughout the entire day, the angular size of the sun stays exactly the same. So you have to understand that, right? The picture you've shown me doesn't have controls on it. It clearly doesn't have a solar filter.
But the picture I showed to you is like a time-lapse picture, and you can see the exact landscape at the same place.
I understand that,
changes in shape.
I understand that, but it doesn't have a solar filter on it, does it?
Yeah, but if you compare like the distance from the sun to the Earth, how could it even be a little bit smaller? You know, because it's so far away.
But that's the thing.
Man.
It doesn't. On your picture, doesn't have a solar filter on. It isn't taking away that glare that can make the aperture get overloaded of the camera, right? When there's too much. That's what a glare is.
Why in the distance? The distance is just too small in comparison to where the sun is. You know, that's what I mean.
What do you mean the distance is too small?
The distance from the first sun you see to the upper, it's like the distance from that two parts is not even that as far as what you are claiming how far the sun is.
Well, of course it is.
That, you know what I mean?
That's the path. That's the path the sun makes in the sky based on the rotation of the Earth. And the fact that the sun doesn't change in angular size.
How many times is the sun bigger than Earth?
Many. But it's also 93 million miles away. So, you know, if something's big and far away, it's going to look small, right?
Unless it is not.
Yeah, but you're ignoring the fact that when the evidence is done correctly, it shows that there is no change in angular size. This video literally debunks your picture. You understand that, right? This shows that your picture is not correct.
It was in like a full scale landscape style, but have you got a landscape a landscape version of this one? Because
because he kept the
next to each other.
Yeah, well, if you watch the entire video, you see the setup of it.
He kept it.
Right, and
he kept the camera on the same spot.
He tracked the sun throughout the day, right? He tracked the sun throughout the day with the camera at maximum zoom.
It would have been impossible.
Which then showed that there was no change in angular size. So this video conclusively disproves what you're saying. It's undeniable. There is no change in angular size to the sun throughout the day. If there's no solar filter and you have glare, then it's going to look like that. But when you use a solar filter, that's it. It's as simple as that.
But it shouldn't the glare show even in the farthest sun?
No, not necessarily. What you have to understand is that
I think so.
Well, you're wrong, and it's to do with the way that the light reaches us based on our rotation, right? So,
but it's so small in comparison to where to the distance of the sun.
Imagine the sun's here, right, shining at the Earth. Okay, so if at this point on the Earth, it's going to be receiving less of a direct ray than at this point. But as the Earth rotates and it gets to there, you get more. Wait. As you get to there, you get more of a direct sunlight, which is midday, meaning that you will get more of a glare because you're getting more of the direct sunlight. It's simple based on the rotation of the Earth. And, you know, no matter how much you argue, there is no change in angular size. It's as simple as that.
It's a cool story. I mean that. but I almost want to send you a screenshot because I really cannot see.
I mean,
oh well, fuck.
you need
Never mind.
a bigger screen.
When you are pointing out signals with your hand, I cannot see them.
Right, okay.
Because my own image is in front of it. That's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna buy new equipment.
You can move
for a YouTube debate. You know what I mean?
The camera image on your screen, you can actually move that out of the way. Just so you know.
Oh, is it true? I see. Okay, that's okay. Should have known that earlier. Okay, that's cool.
Right. So my point is that when it's midday, the Earth, the point that you're on the Earth is directly facing the sun, meaning it's getting more direct rays, meaning you will get more glare. So at midday, you're likely to get more glare. But again, if you remove that glare, there is no change in angular size.
Okay.
So it's as simple as that, really.
What about the other section?
Right.
There was another one.
Tell me what we're seeing here.
Well, same problem.
Again, there's no solar filters on those photos.
But it's more in the middle, you know?
But here's a problem with the actual image that you're showing, right? The map that you've got on there with the sun going around, okay? The sun, the light from the sun would have to travel further to reach the parts that are near the disk than it would the bit in the middle. Yet there's an equal dark line that would be the terminator line. So why does some light travel further than other?
I don't get what you mean.
So if you're saying on that map that sun is there, okay, so that half of the disk is lit up, right? The light from the sun to the middle is a shorter distance from the light to the edge of the disk, meaning that the light would have to travel further, yet than it does at certain points. Why does the light randomly stop at some points? Why is it only lit up exactly half like that? It doesn't make sense. Light doesn't work like that.
I think none of this makes sense, man. At all.
None of the flat Earth makes sense.
With this thing.
None of the flat Earth makes sense. You're absolutely right. There is no sense to the flat Earth. It's all nonsense that has no scientific basis.
Also, would you not agree with if there was no curvature, there would be no globe?
Well, yeah, but there is curvature and it's measurable.
Yeah, but I there's so much pictures that proves there is curvature. There's so many that are proving there's no curvature.
No, there isn't any pictures that show that there isn't curvature. All of the images that you see...
So many.
No, honestly, all of the images that you see that are apparently too
Even
far...
the broadcam footage.
You do the math and it actually matches that you're seeing what you should be able to see. And dog cam footage actually had a good curve in it.
I saw a few pictures. I saw a bit of footage from it. Oh, wow, man, that thing is flat like a pancake, man.
Except that's the 3D, the 360 degree camera. When you look at the 2D camera that's just looking in one direction, you actually see a curve. And there's even a video of it. Let me see if I can quickly find it.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of proof, but also okay, let me show your.
So carry on while I look for this video.
Yeah, no, I think also maybe all the stuff NASA's putting out, it's proof of fakery, misinformation and lies and.
What exactly have NASA put out that's fake?
Well, they're not putting out a lot of stuff, you know. Where's I've never seen point of view footage from a frontal point of view footage from a launch. Have you ever seen this?
From
Why
what point
isn't
of
it
view?
filmed?
You mean from the rocket?
From a launch of. Absolute from Earth into space.
Yeah, there's loads of that.
Frontal. I've never seen any frontal footage of that. Never. I've looked for it. Can't find it. Where is it?
Okay, right. Here's the dog cam one, I think. There we go. Yeah, right. So I'll get you the rocket footage in just a sec. Once I just show you this dog cam footage.
Cool.
I really need to make a list of these videos and have them ready. Because it's always the same arguments with you guys, and that's the thing.
Okay, I didn't watch many other of them. So I saw one debate of you debating with this guy like earlier in your debating career. I saw you like yelling aggressive at this guy.
Oh,
like,
flat out hero, yes. The guy, he was just a horrible human being. Right, so here we see quite clearly that there is a curve. And what they do even is they compress the image on the right to show you that there's the curve. So this is from the dog cam. And the thing about this video is that you can't say it's fisheye because it actually goes past the center point many times and the surface stays convex. And it matches the calculated horizon that you should be able to see on a globe Earth. So
you know, it's really a shame I didn't download and send you the other picture because I saw a similar picture with like a flat surface, a complete straight line. It's crazy, man.
Yeah, but again, that will be on a camera that's like a 360-degree camera or something.
Perhaps.
Oh no, space. Let me just wait to see it. Give me 1 second while I make sure I find the right one. There we go. Inside a rocket from takeoff to orbit. So I can show you the things that you asked me for. I can show you that there's a curve to the Earth. I can show you there's no angular size change to the Sun. There has to be at some point where you can't just keep denying the things that are shown straight to you. When does that occur?
You know what? Well, I have to tell you that there's just as many pictures showing a curve as there are pictures showing none of
Yeah,
it.
but when you look into them, you find why. And you find the ones that don't show a curve are ones that actually do have fisheye lens and stuff, because at some points those images are even concave. But when you actually have a proper camera, you see that it's convex, there's a curve.
But this is my point exactly. This is not point of view like frontal. This is the back.
Oh, so you want the
wanna see
camera
the
to
frontal.
face the other way? Why?
Exactly. Why? That's the most interesting part.
I think it's more interesting seeing it go through the clouds and stuff. But this
But the other way around also.
This is the launch from ground to space. Just because there doesn't happen to be one facing the other way. I mean, there might be. I don't know. I haven't really looked. But this is what you asked for. It's a launch from the ground up into space.
No, this is not what I asked for. I said frontal. I asked for a frontal.
Again, why does it matter which way?
Well, it doesn't matter.
And why does
why
it?
isn't there any? Why isn't there any? It's strange to me. They have all this money for equipment.
Just because it's strange to you, it doesn't matter.
Buy a cheap camera. Just buy a cheap camera, put it on front. Let us see the front part of it. But why is there none? It's crazy.
Don't know.
It's silly even.
It doesn't matter that there isn't a particular bit of footage that you want.
When it comes to things like this.
It doesn't matter because I can show you a rocket launch from Earth to space and you just go, the camera's facing the wrong way and therefore you can dismiss it. No. Yeah, but it doesn't matter if it's from the front or not. That is a...
Oh, it's a big difference. It's a big difference.
Not really, because that's still a launch from ground to space. You're not convincing me.
Absolutely. No, but where? This is crazy. Why is there no footage from the other side? Really?
Doesn't matter?
Does it really? Doesn't matter? Of course it does.
Not really.
It really matters.
Well,
how can you say that?
Because there is footage from launch to space. It doesn't matter that the camera's not facing the other way. It doesn't really matter.
Of course.
Which way.
Don't you want to see what the astronauts see? Everybody wants to see that.
Okay. Well, then why don't you go and book a flight on the Blue Orbital launch to space then?
I'm not qualified. Many reasons. You know this. Come on.
What do you mean you're not qualified?
You're being silly right now.
$200,000. Any civilian can go.
That's silly, man. I don't have the money for that, man. No.
Right.
That's silly.
Well,
you're being silly right now.
Anyway, so
you're saying that's not important footage to see it from the other side?
Not really.
Or maybe even from the sides even?
I can show you another launch that shows from the ground you can see a rocket go all the way up and then come back down.
Yeah, well, that's not interesting. I want to see the space part of it.
Don't really care what you want to see. I've shown you a rocket
I don't
launch
really
from
care
ground
what
to
you want to
space.
see. Of course not. It doesn't matter.
And here's the thing.
Why is there no footage? Why is there no footage?
Stop. One
it's
sec.
stupid. It's just silly.
Right. What did Sean say?
There's no frontal footage because there is none, and they never made any. And maybe there's a big reason for that. It's a really big hole in the plot.
Oh, here we go.
Of your whole.
I've just found a video. It's not a hole at all. Just because there isn't something that you want, but I've actually just found.
Plot hole.
I've just found what you want. So let me just get that up for you. So this is a dash cam from the shuttle, and from launch to space. Playback speed 2. Just speed it up a bit. So there you go. There is launch from facing forward from launch going into space.
Well, let me just shove this aside.
And there you go. They've just transitioned into space. Cheers, Sean.
Why are they cutting it? Why are they cutting it?
I don't know. To make it look interesting.
It's not interesting.
I think that was a pretty interesting shot.
Yeah, well, it is, but you know.
Well, there we go. They just saw the main engine cut off in the separation.
Just a raw footage, man. Raw, without cutting, without.
No, you keep moving the goalposts. All right. This is what you've asked for. This video is exactly what you've asked for. So.
Absolutely.
Next excuse.
I've never seen this. But it's kind of short.
There's even footage actually of
It doesn't.
the like literally inside the dash cam with the astronauts. There's actually quite a lot. I just didn't know the phrase to search for.
Okay.
So yeah, there you go.
Maybe that was my problem. Maybe it was my problem too. I couldn't find it.
So there you go. Image of.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
But well, let's just recap what we've done so far. In 20 minutes, I've disproven the claim of the sun changing angular size. I've disproven the claim that there is no curve to Earth from weather beam footage. And I've disproven the claim that there's no footage showing a rocket going into space from a dash cam point of view. So, you got anything else? Because that's 3 conclusively disproven arguments already.
Yeah, I just find the footage really sloppy, and why is it not in 4K? Why is it all crappy? Why is it all like that?
You keep changing the goalposts. What? Stop one sec. What you said?
I want to see some great footage.
Stop one sec. Stop. What you
My
said
phone
earlier.
has better cam.
What you said earlier
My phone
was
has a better camera than this shit.
Right, stop talking. What you said earlier was get a cheap camera and stick it on there, and now you want a 4K camera.
Of course.
You are moving the goalposts.
Come on.
You are moving the goalposts.
Of course. That's the least you could do. Of course. I've saw it, but it's still edited and shit. It's not convincing me at all, man.
Well, that's your issue. You're the one that's moving the goalposts all the time.
Of course. I should.
No, you shouldn't. Just because you don't get exactly the way that you want it to be, it doesn't mean it hasn't disproven what you are saying. That's very intellectually dishonest, really. You're literally.
Are you an intellectual?
I am very much an intellectual. I'd say it's kind of what I do, but that isn't what intellectual dishonesty means. Intellectual dishonesty is what you're displaying now, which is moving the goalpost, refusing to accept evidence that you want, and you are displaying a massive amount of confirmation bias.
Okay.
You have to understand how ironic it is that your channel name is Flat Earth Science, yet you literally know nothing about science.
That's okay. It's an interest.
But don't you think it's a bit of a misleading title for your channel?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Well, show me some flat Earth science then.
Well, if you talk about like intellectual, I've seen these comments, you know, talking about the way I look, the way I dress, the way my hair is shaved, whatever, the way I look. I saw the comment. I couldn't respond to it for some reason, but you know, I saw you like the comment. I thought it's not a really intellectual kind of approach to like judge people for how they look. Is this really like what Fight the Flat Earth is about? The judging how I look, or
okay? So you're changing the subject right now. I like
no. You talked about intellectuals. I talked
about intellectual honesty. No, I talked about intellectual honesty, and with my comments,
But that's shallow, like a shallow cunt.
Yeah, stop talking and listen to the response, okay? With my comments, I tend to read all my comments.
Well, that's a shallow kind of, you know, I don't know.
You're just going to keep interrupting when I'm talking.
Maybe you're disabled or something.
Are you going to keep interrupting? Are you going to keep interrupting when I'm talking?
Yeah, well, I'm just venting here. Of course.
Listen to my response then. With my comments, I try to read and like all of the comments.
But you don't like the things that are like flat Earth-ish. You don't like that. Of course, I agree. I understand why you don't. But
no, I tend to pin flat Earth comments.
These comments about image, about what I look like. What the fuck?
Anything from a flat earther that comes, I tend to pin it.
How is that an intellectual? Nah, that's not true. You have a bias in that.
Like I pinned your comment to the thing, and it's my channel. I can like whatever comments I want, and that is not anything to do with intellectualism. And you were emailing me claiming that I was deleting your comments where there was simply no comments coming from you.
That's not true. I responded, but I couldn't get through. It's like they were deleted at the moment, but it doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. It's like I don't think an intellectual would respond like that to like a superficial, shallow thing like that, you know?
Because I like to interact with my subscribers. That's irrelevant to the point.
Okay, so you agree.
No, I don't agree with anything, and it's irrelevant to the point that your channel name is Flat Earth Science.
It is relevant if you agree with something they say.
Right, what you're doing now is deflecting, okay? Let's get back to the conversation.
Deflecting?
Yes, let's get back to the conversation about the shape of the Earth.
Because you know you're wrong about that.
I'm not wrong about anything.
You know you're wrong about that.
I like some comments, well, as many comments as possible. Do you know how many comments I got last month?
It's really fucking funny to me.
Do you know how many comments I got last month? Let me see.
No.
Last month I got 62,743 comments. All right, so
cool story, bro.
I try to like and respond to as many as possible. So me liking a comment does not prove anything, and is just you deflecting from the fact that I have disproven everything that you have said today.
You're really selective, though. You're really selective in what you like.
There's a lot of Flat Earth comments that I do like. But when most of the Flat Earth comments that are there, I pin them. But again, you're deflecting. Let's get back to the conversation about the shape of the Earth. You've got to have something more than what you're bringing here, because you've brought nothing, and I've destroyed every point that you've brought up so far. So you have to have something else. Come on, your channel name's Flat Earth Science. Show me some Flat Earth Science.
There's no science, of course.
So why is your name Flat Earth Science? It's
just a handle.
Isn't that dishonest?
Why are you so offended by this?
Well, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to debate you, because your channel name's Flat Earth Science. So I thought, oh, this guy's got to know something. He's got to have some science that can support the flat Earth. But you're
like an intellectual. You're an intellectual. Why do you even bother? Why don't you use your intellect solving real problems?
Because this is what I do now. It's fun.
This is bringing water to the ocean.
It's fun.
It's fun.
Yeah,
it's stupid. You're misusing your intelligence.
You don't know what I've done in my life. I was a military engineer.
Why?
I was a military engineer for many years. I was a wind farm developer for many years. And now I do this.
So why did you stop? Why did you stop?
Because I'm injured.
You're disabled.
Yes. I can't go out and physically work anymore.
So you should know people shouldn't judge on looks and clothing and hairstyle and whatever a person looks of what is capable of. Yeah, of course not. You're siding.
I like my comments. Stop deflecting and get back to the conversation about the shape of the earth.
No, you're deflecting right now.
I'm really not.
You are deflecting because I hit a point there, and you know it.
No, you don't have a point about anything. The conversation is about the shape of the earth.
I didn't say I had a point. I said I hit a point.
So, do you have any evidence that the earth is flat?
You're deflecting like a motherfucker.
No, I'm trying to get back to the conversation. The conversation is about the shape of the earth, not your snowflake reaction to some harsh comments.
Oh, aren't you the snowflake?
No, you're quite clearly the snowflake. Look, have you any idea how much shit I get from flat earthers about my weight and stuff? The amount of times that flat earthers send memes and stuff, and I really couldn't care because that stuff is irrelevant. What people say about your looks and stuff, I really couldn't give a fuck. I'm interested in the conversation about the shape of the earth, right? Basically, what I'm getting from you right now, Manic Pandas says it very well. So the earth is flat because FTFE likes a comment on YouTube.
That's also retarded. That guy is a moron, of course.
So you believe something when there isn't any evidence
that
for
was
it.
Totally aside of that. That was another discussion. That's totally a different discussion. That's like this whole thing to me. I don't even care if the Earth's flat or round. I don't give a flying fuck.
Then why do you have a YouTube channel called Flat Earth Science?
That's my experiment, perhaps.
Your what?
To see. My social experiment.
So you don't believe the Earth is flat?
I think you're a fucking retard if you believe the Earth is flat.
So you are a Poe?
Of course. What the fuck do you think?
Yeah, I thought so. So you've wasted everybody's time.
I'm having a fucking laugh, though.
Yeah. See, guys, this is why the title is he a Poe? And yes, he is a Poe. Thank you for confirming what I already knew. The Earth isn't flat. See you later.
It still doesn't change the fact that you're...
Yeah, Poe, knew it. Well, what can I say, guys? A Poe's a Poe. He doesn't like getting mean YouTube comments. Wow, there we go. So this is just a demonstration of what people are like. A lot of the stuff on YouTube is people just being idiots. I won't delete the stream. I'll leave it up so that everyone can see that he is a Poe. Flat Earth Science is definitely a Poe. I mean, when you look at what he's got on his channel, there's an interview of a guy that seems to be plagiarized from something else. You know, I didn't even have to really try there. Let's read the super chats and then shut it down for today because that was the fastest debate ever and Poe confirmed. Creaky Blinder says, "Oh, I liked him." I didn't. He was a moron. He may not be a flat earther, but he's still a fucking idiot. Christopher Hogan for $5 Australian. Could you ask him, her, how thick the ice wall is, please? About as thick as him. Trigger Tits for 50 Donkey Kong dollars. Oh god, we have flatties in Denmark. Great, there goes the neighbourhood. He's not a flatty, he's a Poe. Rusty P for €5. So he want frontal view of rocket going into space where all you see for a couple of minutes is just the sky, not even the ground. That'd be boring. Yep. Mr. President 99 for €2. You really ask yourself, is he a Poe? Geez, no, I was pretty convinced anyway. I just wanted to prove it. Angel Gary for $2. Shut up and bring evidence for Flat Earth. He wasn't a flat earther, but no flat earthers have evidence for the Earth being flat. It's as simple as that. Well, what can I say? That was a massive waste of time. Poe confirmed. David Keller for $5 with no message. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. Like I always say, guys, your super chats and stuff are the reason I can keep doing this. So it means the world. Thank you very much. But it means just as much that everyone's here watching, and enjoying the shit shows that we put up. What's people saying in the chat? Let's have a quick look. Carl says, make a video repeating his words about being a Poe. This video is only going to be about half an hour. And I will change the title to Flat Earth Science is a Poe. So everybody knows that not to bother with his channel if it pops up. Okay, Gearstriber says, so it was a waste of time. Yes, it was. However, guys, if you're watching now, make sure to tune in to Gearstriber's channel in about 2.5 hours, I think. Is that right, Gail? He is doing a hangout that's going to be ripping apart a pseudo university, so that should be a lot of fun. Gearstriber says, it's only a waste of time, it isn't absolutely hilarious. So it was a waste of time. Yeah, absolutely. Alex Heatherton says, have you ever come across a flat earth in real life? Yes, one of the reasons why I started this channel. Someone shouted at my son and I. Rage quit number 5. No, I booted him because he's a Poe, so he's not a rage quit. Oleg says, he's not a Poe. I think he just has no arguments, so he says he's a Poe. P.S. Why is English so hard? No, I genuinely think he's a Poe. Wojciech for 2 CHF. Good job. Rip Flat Earth Science. John Rapp for $2 Australian. Unscrewed him and nailed him. Fucking Poe. Yeah, that was it. Gearstriber's hangout is actually later on tonight, apparently at 8 o'clock UTC. I thought it was a bit earlier than that. I'll probably be around for that, Gabe. If you want to send me an invite, that'd be fun. Creaky Blinder says, wait, I should be making a video. No, stop making videos. You're doing too well. You're going to pass me in subs. Guys, if you're not subscribed to Creaky Blinder, definitely do that as well. I was on his channel yesterday before my debate with I Got Questions. Had a great time once we got the technical issues sorted. Stuart Campbell, welcome. You're a little late. We just booted the Poe, who seemed to get a bit angry at comments. Right. Anyway, that's about it for today, guys. I'm not going to be back later with another debate, but I should have one tomorrow. I think MC Tuner's got someone for me. He possibly got blocked by a guy. I'm not entirely sure. We'll see. But possibly back tomorrow with another debate between MC Tune and someone, and then Wednesday I will have a new Nathan Thompson video out because I'm just going to attack him a lot at the moment because he's a fucking detestable human being piece of shit.
Fight the fly, fight the fly, fight the fly, fight the fight.
I pressed that early. Yep, so there we go, guys. Remember, stupidity's not alright. Fight the flat earth. Oh, no, I'm not pressing it at all. Fail.
Fight the fly, fight the fly.